we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University, here we do.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to EGF of Super Smash Bros. Here on EGF2. This is week 4. I am South Beach here, joined by PBE, who is this way actually. And we got a great matchup here with Wichita State University going up against DePaul University.
Ooh, okay. So DePaul, they're a pretty solid team. They've got players like Flapjack. That's one that just sticks in my. Or no, that's a Canisius. Sorry about that. DePaul though is a very good team. DePaul has, from what I remember, they have pretty good win rate. Wichita as well, definitely a very good team. This is gonna be like, I think this might have been like a match that I think should be a bit later in the day, because I don't know, this feels like something you would save for the end of it. But I mean, either way, we're up for it right now. We got Stigma, who's a Sora player, and Shupel, a Luigi. And Sora, actually, new character. Got quite a few things, though, even though this character is very new. So it's going to be interesting to see if Stigma's got it all down.
Indeed. Usually Stigma rocks either Terry or Diddy Kong, but now that we have Sora in action and all these players have a week to try to get him mastered, I think Stigma's going to try him out in some competitive Smash. Now Shupel here, oh no, and missed the recovery. And Stigma, or Sora, has an infamous recovery from what our first impressions were once he came out, but just couldn't quite land him there.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing to consider in this matchup right now is, so Luigi obviously has that very strong, like, options out of grab, but Sora is a character that, I like how you mentioned that Stigma was a Terry main before, because a lot of people who play those fighting game characters actually are really liking Sora because of that combo game.
I thought he almost got him with the fireball, but Luigi able to recover back up with his missile. But go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, a lot of people that are, a lot of like those fighting game character players, like Vendetta or Dre Charles, are actually really liking Sora, because a lot of the understandings of how Sora's combo game works, involving a lot of cancels and stuff like that, actually is surprisingly similar.
Indeed, yeah, we see a lot of moves from Sora just like that to even out the stock situation here. But definitely with the side special and the up special, which is great recovery. Obviously, he's also a floaty character as well. I'm expecting to see a lot of Soras in the EGFC here in Smash Bros. I think he's a really solid character, and I can't wait to see, obviously, Stigma's starting him today. And if he wins, he might stick with him. If he loses, he might go traditionally to Terry or Diddy, but we will see how this goes right here. A little bit of thunder action. Hand evens out the stock. Okay, Stigma's pretty comfortable with Sora.
Yeah, Stigma is definitely showing an understanding of Sora's general combo game. We did see a few of those starters of those loops, the forward air and neutral air loops, because Sora, that's like one of the first tech people discover.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, Luigi is invincible during most of that cyclone, so gotta stay careful. Can't be caught off guard. Oh no. Okay. Wow, that was really good SBI actually.
Indeed, and a great recovery. That recovery's near broken. Sora was literally almost to dying right there, but able to get back up. Great cancellation from Luigi. And then here comes some fireballs, but the Thunder's ready for Sora to use. And from what I've tried to use with the Thunder, I think it's a pretty good edge guarding tool.
Yes, it's a very good edge guarding tool. I love that you mentioned that. It's really good at not only catching just recoveries in general, but high recoveries. And because it goes a little bit below the stage, you can't really go, you have to go very deep to avoid it.
And speaking of going deep, I think Stigma dove a little bit too deep, which gives Shupel for Wichita State that very first win of this series, or excuse me, of this first match. Obviously, this is a best of 3 in this match, and then that's the next series. 5-game series. We all know the rules, but definitely from what I noticed, I think if Stigma basically kind of SD twice.
Yeah.
Right there. If he didn't SD, that could have been a different story.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Because it's impressive that Stigma was able to, despite SDing twice, bring it to a last hit scenario. That just shows how comfortable he is with some aspects of this character, but not quite all of them yet. Sora is a character with a very good recovery, but you have to know how to use that recovery, and you have to know the limitations of it. And if you don't, then you will probably just get punished very hard for it, or you'll just SD.
Exactly. And I mean, give him some credit. I mean, not everyone's going to be a master of Sora main in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, so from what we saw so far, he did pretty good. So I'm honestly like, I don't think a character change is that necessary if I'm Stigma. I mean, you can totally stick him out right here. You just got to be careful with your recoveries, and then obviously then you can give Shupel some more. But right now, from what we saw from Shupel as well for Wichita State, I think Shupel did pretty well getting that first win.
I think that it was a pretty solid game. Shupel might need to, I did notice a few times where there were just some raw green missiles, and I think that could probably lighten up a bit on those, because we saw quite a few times that Stigma was able to actually punish those, with a parry into a punish. So, because it's a pretty reactable move unless you get the misfire, which you're still banking on a 1 in 8 chance. So, maybe diversify the approach option.
I have to agree with you right there. The stage for round 2 looks like it's going to be small battlefield for the stage. So a smaller stage equals a little bit of a smaller ceiling, smaller below the ceiling, whatever that's called, the floor. Able for Sora's recovery to be a little bit better, I assume. Same with Luigi's, but at the same time, you hit them hard enough, they ain't recovering.
Yeah, that's very true. I think the only characters that can recover from the bottom blast zone, the bottom corner, is what?
Toon Link. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Shupel is the one doing the character switch. I guess seeing that Stigma was playing very solidly and maybe going for a different character. Oh no.
Ooh, no contest whatsoever. It must be we must be getting some sort of arena issue, or maybe just a player disconnecting, something like that.
I don't even know if it was. Oh, it was a disconnection from Stigma. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay. Well, we're going to work on getting him back here in just a sec. But in terms of what we saw from Shupel switching over to Toon Link, I think you're totally right. We definitely saw. I mean, Stigma was definitely, it looked like he was mostly in control of the fight. And once again, those two SDs just didn't really work out for him. So definitely a character switch for Shupel might be a good option for Wichita State.
Absolutely. And also, I just wanted to, I do love how you mentioned how Stigma was in control of the pace of that game. That's very impressive for such a new character. I could not be at that level with a character that just came out.
Yep, I have to agree. So, and we getting word that we had a pro controller that disconnected the Switch. I think that's what happened.
Oh,
so they just need to find them. So something with the controller. But hey, it looks like we're going back into the game right now. Easy, quick break. So now Toon Link versus Sora. I think this is a good swordsman matchup between these two characters.
Yeah, and I think that Toon Link might actually be a good call here, because Toon Link, can prevent Sora from getting in quite as easily. And that's important because if Sora gets in and lands those conversions, especially with that forward air or those neutral airs, you are in for a lot of trouble. So generally just want to keep him out.
Indeed. So far, I mean, he is the fastest of the 3 links. Also the projectile game, that's what the links are notoriously known for. So this will definitely be, it's kind of honestly almost a battle of projectiles, although Toon Link definitely still has the most. But with the spells Sora has, he could try to even things out here. But oh my goodness, Shupel's putting on a clinic from what we're seeing right now.
Absolutely, and Sora's a very light character, so this could just end the stock very quickly. Maybe a forward tilt, but I mean, Toon Link is also very light, so these two are both pretty close to just dying here, because especially with this rage that Stigma has, just one up smash for out of shield, or maybe just a forward tilt,
Or that.
Yeah, that's enough.
Indeed. And that was near enough to take out Shupel. But oh no, is he gonna recover here?
Yes.
And he does.
Yes, he does. That
What
is the power of Sora's recovery, and I think because that move might have... No, it did not stale. It's just that it's just barely not enough to kill that time because there's no rage. But Stigma's very close to getting a kill here, especially because you can land that forward air off stage and it will pretty much get a guaranteed kill at this point. Or just go for the up special out of shield.
Indeed, I think that's a great move as well. And really, if you're looking at the percentages, it's pretty even, just only 5% difference between these guys and 2 stocks apiece. Right now, literally, this is kind of going a little bit back and forth between just both these characters right now. Still could go either way, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely, and a big part of this matchup in general, it's more of a player thing of, it's not how well you actually are able to get the damage up, it's about how easily you're able to close the gap, because Toon Link is one of those characters that can sort of just build a lead, especially because of all those projectiles that'll just sort of chip away at both your damage and your sanity. So you really gotta both keep a calm mind and keep that damage to a minimum.
Indeed. Shupel able to recover quickly and avoid the thunder. And avoid the thunder again, but he's not going to avoid the up special. And now Stigma's going to take the lead here.
That was actually like an insanely good way of avoiding that up B. It's a shame that they died like right after, but that's something to look at. Just avoiding the thunder.
Also, the invincibility frames did come in handy for him as well. And there was the first time I think we saw the up tilt from Sora. That thing in itself can basically be a smash attack.
For sure, it's very active. It covers a lot of options. Oh my, wow. Yeah, you get Mewtwo up smash as an up tilt. That's a little ridiculous, but you know that's what they decided to give him.
He is the last DLC character. They gotta give him some pretty strong moveset and all that, I guess. Imagine if it was Doom Guy though.
What are you talking about? We've got Doom Guy as a Mii gunner.
That's true. That is true.
Ooh. That was a really good option of just a
a throw. I never even seen that before. A throw from Sora to end it, but he did have the damage percentage to do so. So Stigma evens things out for DePaul, and we're going to a game 3.
Yeah, that was solid performance from Stigma there. When he's not SDing, he's winning.
Indeed. I think the stage definitely really helped him out a lot more. I think he's finally gotten the recovery a little bit better on some instances and was able to just taking it out against Toon Link right here. So a lot of uses of that up special right there. Almost like Link, but not quite, because I think it hits a little bit harder. But really just a great battle between these two, and then this game 3 is going to be insane, I feel like.
For sure. I'm pretty sure that part of the difference between Toon Link and regular Link's up Bs is that Toon Link's is multi-hit throughout, like it's through and through a multi-hit. Meanwhile, normal Link's up B is not a multi-hit despite what it looks like. It Well, sort of. It will connect. Like, if it connects the first time, it only is one hit, and if you block the first hit, you don't take any more hits. But,
Indeed.
like, it's very active.
Yes, it is. And right now, the stages that have been banned are Kalos, Final Destination, and Town. But the stage we are going to for sure is Battlefield. I think just
Okay.
regular Battlefield, not small Battlefield.
Yeah, I agree with that pick. Battlefield, very tall stage. You know, allows for Toon Link not to die quite as early. And, you know, maybe get some stuff going. And this is a pretty good stage for Toon Link as well, if I remember correctly. So this might not have been the right ban from Stigma.
Obviously, we will find out. We still need to figure out the stages for Sora. I mean, you know, just 1 week of play. We gotta, or 1 week or excuse me, how long has it been out? 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Well,
My
sort of. Yeah, 2 weeks.
2
and
weeks.
Like a day.
Yes, and then for 1 week, EGF players could not play as him just for purposes, rules and all that. Yep. Oh yes, indeed. As our producer just said, Bayonetta purposes. Oh my goodness! And Shuples coming out hot with the spike. Right place, right time on the ledge.
That was so deadly there. And I love turning moves that are not quite intended to spike into those options as spikes, just as good ledge trapping options. It always puts a smile on my face.
Indeed. I think Stigma had a little bit of an opening to try to take a stock away from Schuppel as he was recovering. Just didn't quite get there, but the Thunder just missing to end a stock. And this is going to do it right here, and now we're back to evens, but Stigma sitting at a 61% deficit.
Absolutely. That's all you really need, that up B out of shield, but it does seem like Stigma is kind of panicking right now. You know, going for a lot more of these side Bs, which is definitely dangerous because if you're going for those, you're leaving yourself open at the end of it, and that gives a great opportunity for Schuppel to just do whatever he wants, get whatever combo starter he wants, because it doesn't really matter how slow it is.
Yes, I say so again. And then there's that downs air, and then the up air. And Schuppel is really in control of this game right now.
Oof, this is such great momentum for Schuppel. And the reason why Stigma was going for that...
Oh!
Not enough. Not enough. That's a very strong part about Blizzaga. It's very good. If you could just catch your opponent off stage with it, you just get to cheese out of recovery.
Indeed. And now it's one stock each. And now Stigma's starting to get a little bit of momentum towards his way. But as we've seen from Schuppel so far in this game, he's not going to make it super easy.
This is... Oh, wow. I'm really liking how Stigma is taking control of the stage here. It's definitely a good sign in terms of knowing this matchup. It seems like at the start maybe was not as familiar, but now is starting to get a little more comfortable with it.
Indeed. Those platforms are really helping out Schuppel avoid those thunder attacks from Sora. I think that was like the second or third time we saw that. I actually saw it multiple times in the game, in this entire series. But right now, 93% to 84%. Just a few back and forth moves. Oh,
wow. That was fantastic. And no way, using the very active hitbox there to catch Schuppel's tech. That was so good.
This is dead even at this point.
Not enough. Not enough.
And he's still up. And that's gonna be enough.
Woo! Woo.
Stigma takes game one, and DePaul leads 4-1. That match right there has to be, if we have like, I think we need to start a um, match of the year in EGF, because I think that was one of them right there.
That was so tight there. That last game, they were both at last hit, and we got to see Stigma put to use Sora's fantastic edge guarding capabilities several times there. First with the Blizzaga, and now with the back air off stage. Like, this character is very strong off stage. If you do not have a very safe recovery, or if your recovery is very exploitable, you're definitely going to be in for a lot of trouble.
Indeed.
Ooh.
And that was a great start for Shuple right there with the spike. And then here comes Sora. Obviously, that move we've seen so many times. Then here comes some more spells. And then again with just a lot of aerial action for Shuple, which really helped him out here. And then just if you were able to escape just a little bit, that would have helped. But then this was the deciding factor right here. The back air, the up air. Just everything from what Sora had. It's just incredible.
That setup was so beautiful.
Yeah. Even though Shuple didn't come away with the dub, that was one of the plays of the game right there, that spike.
For sure. That setup with the boomerang. Well, no, not the boomerang. With the tether into the bomb. Yeah. The tether into the bomb into the down air was beautiful. Like, if you're landing that online, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised too. Coming up next, we have for DePaul is Floral, while N-City is coming in for Wichita State. Now, these players are going to get their bans in real quick. I believe N-City is the Mega Man main for Wichita State, while Floral is a Pyra-Mythra combo.
Nice. So Mega Man, definitely one of those zoners, wants to keep Pyra and Mythra out. It's going to be a bit hard considering that Mythra is very fast, very mobile. So has a lot of those options to get in. But if they're able to, get a good idea of how this player wants to get in, then it shouldn't be the worst. Because all it is, once a zoner player knows how their opponent wants to get in, they'll never get in. Just no argument.
Exactly. And, playing with Mega Man, you don't really see a lot of Mega Man players, but N-City knows his way around Mega Man, able to, obviously, you have moves like the Leaf Shield. That's been very, very effective. We see pretty much almost every Mega Man player in tourneys use that to their advantage. And then obviously, the regular, just regular punches are just his gun, his hand blaster. So definitely can close out some distance. But also, I think his up airs, super underrated, just tossing tornadoes at his players or opponents. So if he can find a way to use those against Pyra and Mythra, this could be an interesting matchup.
It would be a bit difficult to get that to work, but it definitely is a chance to get that. One of the things that I think is more likely is the down air, actually, because it's first up very meaty. It has a big startup, but it has a good range, and that's really good because Pyra and Mythra both have very exploitable recoveries.
That is true.
Oh, and we're not seeing any of the characters that we were expecting. Palutena and Roy. So this might be a bit difficult for Floral. N-City is a very good Palutena player. So from what I remember, I've seen N-City play Palu before, and this is quite a strong character even after the nerfs.
I have to agree with you right there. And obviously Roy's a great character to play as well, but just getting past a lot of Palutena's obstacles for, the flame and then obviously the blaster. I mean, that's just your start, but then once you get close, Palutena's got 99 problems, but killing you ain't one.
Absolutely true. And a thing to consider in this matchup actually is because Roy really wants to get you into the sweet spot of his sword, but Palutena has several moves that are just invincible at the front. like that back air, which is just like such a strong tool in general. Whoa.
Okay. This is getting a little bit pretty closer right here. I think Floral's really finding their way in terms of trying to take down. Definitely got a lot of damage on City right now, and that almost was a stock taken, just not quite. A lot of speed.
Ooh. This is completely in Floral's favor right now in terms of the momentum, but Palutena is a character that only needs really just one opening and you can just die. So there's never really a head against Palutena.
You think counter is a good option to take a stock right here, sitting at 1-0? Nope.
Definitely not, because it's very, if you miss it, you're very open. And you do not want to let either of these players open you up like right where we saw.
That's true. And now we have City already at 52% after losing one stock. Floral's just running the floor right now, and City needs to figure out a way to gain back that control. Palutena's got a lot of options, and a back throw is going to be the one to even the stock situation.
For sure. And one thing that's really good about this situation, though, for Floral, managed to get so much momentum going. And that's very scary. Roy with momentum, probably one of the most threatening things in this game, because the character definitely is one that, if you let them get that momentum, it just snowballs so heavily. Oh, they were just a little bit closer in. That would have killed. Wow,
that's gonna kill right there.
I'm really loving this movement around the ledge when trying to ledge trap, just baiting out so many options, trying to bait out that neutral get up so that then they can go for a back air. That was so good on so many levels.
And once again, 0 to 50 for City after respawn, which just not what you want to see. Floral already has less percent damage, and wow.
That's Roy. That's Roy. If you're at the ledge and you get hit by point blank double edge dance, you will die.
And that was a crazy match. All the we were thinking Palutena was going to take away by just character choice, but Floral said, "Hold on one second. I got Roy under my belt. You thought I was going to rock the Pyro and Mythra combo? Not today. I'm taking Roy with me to battle, and just look at the results."
Ugh, that was so good. This is really clean movement in general from Floral. Like, I'm a Floral fan now. I'm not gonna lie. Like that right there, just that sort of like arc, like almost like a rainbow movement of, or you sort of do this short hop to the ledge, get back. So sort of like this, almost like a D turned a little bit. It really was good for covering a bunch of options and baiting out an option that really lets you just get that early kill. It was so good. Like, it's like those small things that come into play, like your movement. That's really important, especially because Ultimate's one of those games where a lot of players, they don't like the movement as much, but there is movement options to use in this game.
Exactly. You have to try to figure out whatever movement fits right for you, even though it might work against your favor. But either way, it looks like Floral's got that down, especially with Roy. So let's take a look at our bands real quick. We have Final Destination band, Kalos band. It doesn't matter. The stage is going to be ran back once again to PS2.
Interesting. Okay, so that does mean that City probably wants to take back the momentum, maybe set a oh no,
that's not a good start.
Oh no, that's the worst case scenario right there. This is a game that's starting with an extra stock for Floral, and that's unfortunate.
That, not quite sure what was happening right there.
Oh no. Floral's just got so much like down in terms of how City wants to move. Oh.
Okay, just wait there. That's fine. Either way, okay, now we're starting to see a little bit of aerial movement, but once again, just breaking a lot of the momentum that NCT's trying to gain.
This positioning from Floral is so good. Oh my. Wow. Wow. I'm just.
Like, what can you say?
This is like really good, just how he ledge traps. It's so solid. Okay. NCT not letting Floral take a full stock lead again. That's important because you do not want to let Roy just steamroll you. Especially because that last game was a 2-stock. You want to get back a bit of your own momentum.
And it looks like NCT is trying his best and then just gets shot flying from one end of the stage to the other. And just like
wow,
that.
That was beautiful. Reading the air dodge. So just oh, okay. Not quite high enough percent to get grabbed and then killed off the up throw, but still, this is wow. Oh, that was they had the right idea, but they were a little bit too late.
Yeah, kind of looked out there, but NCT ain't gonna look out right there. Now it's 1-2, and Floral's just mopping up the floor right now on PS2.
Wow, and this is like a lot of. Oh my god! No way! Oh, this is. Floral is just going crazy right now.
This is one of the. This is not an overreaction on my end. I think Floral's one of the best Roy players I've ever seen.
This is like some crazy good Roy play right now. If you want to pick this character up, especially if you're around this level, definitely take some notes here.
Indeed.
Oh. No, wait, that was so good seeing that they were going to do that. Going for the spot dodge. Wow. And Floral just needs one connection to just end the game here. Meanwhile, NCT does need like maybe two connections. So this is definitely going to be hard for NCT. Definitely wants to take at least this stock here. And that neutral area is a great get off here. So it's for sure what they need to go for quite a bit. Oh
man, we were seeing a little bit of momentum go NCT's way, but just like that, just one missed. And now NCT quickly just played defense.
How did that? No way, that missed?
Was wide open.
No. Wow.
Oh, a blown wide open opportunity to even out the stocks led to a Floral victory. And now DePaul is up 10-1 over Wichita State. And yeah, what can you say? I mean, that was S-tier Roy play we just saw.
For sure, that was really good Roy play. Like, I'm impressed. I mean,
let's just take a look at some of the replays right here. Obviously, the first stock for NCT, and it's actually going to be the only stock for NCT to take. And just like you said before, the movement with Roy really is just uncanny. Like, anytime you see him move and hit, I just start to go a little bit speechless because just moving pretty fast. And right there, that was a wide open shot. But
and then just got to back air. Oh. Can we get to that first stock though? Like, can we get a replay of that first stock that was taken? The first one where it was that insane movement.
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh yeah, sorry, not the SD, the other, not that one.
Just
the first like
play.
The first actual stock that Floral took. So I guess technically the second stock, because that movement at the ledge during that ledge trapping was so good. That was so good.
Exactly, and I don't usually would think that Roy's a ledge trapping character. I mean, that's not the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Roy. I don't know about you, but I mean,
this character's
obviously
got an option for pretty much any like get up option, especially because this character does have some very solid 2-frame, so you can't just hang at ledge either, because you could just get hit with like a blazer or a down air or a down tilt. So you got to be very careful, and you can't just neutral get up either, because you might just eat a back air or a side B, but you also can't really ledge roll either for that very same reason. And ledge jumping, you could just eat an up air or a back air. it's just so scary in general. This character.
Just gotta watch out for him, I guess. But all right, so next up for DePaul is Icona. Next up for WSU is Yggdrasil. I'm YGG Dracel, one of those two. This Yggdrasil is going to be the correct one, if you guys were curious. And WSU has selected PlayStation 2, excuse me, PS2, for the stage to be played at.
Oof, okay. So definitely a solid starting stage. You know, PS2, as some people say, PS2 makes the best games. So,
Crash Bandicoot.
yep.
That's all I gotta say.
San Andreas.
Indeed. Probably. So, we're gonna see Yggdrasil come out with Zero Suit Samus and Icona come out as Young Link. Two speedy characters right here.
For sure, and they both have like almost similar-ish. Not really, but like in terms of the mentality that they put on the opponent,
Yes,
they
I know.
have a
Yes.
similarity. ZSS has that fantastic getaway game, you know, with just and like pretty much no disadvantage state required. Like you pretty much just get out of it for free. So that's a very good reason to play Zero Suit Samus. Can't really say quite the same about Young Link, but very good zoning tools and very good conversions off of those zoning tools. So Yggdrasil definitely has to be a bit careful to make sure that maybe like a fire arrow or a bomb doesn't connect and just allow for the stock to just evaporate. But you know, this is one where they are gonna like feel each other out for that first stock, sort of get a good idea of how each player wants to move around and approach. And then probably in the later portions of the game and later portions of the set, it'll be a bit more like how they're getting used to each other.
Icona's taking that first stock for DePaul, making it 2-3 and 39-78 for Wichita State and DePaul. Right now, obviously, the projectiles are coming into play, and Yggdrasil needs to yet find a hit on Icona after spawn. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks like we were talking about how they need to get a good feeling for each other, and it looks like Icana's the one that's gotten the good feeling for the other player here.
Yeah, pretty early on too, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
But here comes Yggdrasil.
Okay, yep, that's all you need is ZSS. Just that down smash into up B. You know, it's a very solid kill confirm.
Now a grab for Yggdrasil. Although Icona easily broke that out. Now we're going back to neutral game. Icona spaces out the stage and takes an easy another aerial stock. 11-23. WSU has a mountain to climb right now.
That was like, it does look like Yggdrasil does need to maybe get around like how Icana's seeing Yggdrasil's lines. Because eventually when you're playing a zone, you could sort of just like, I don't know, almost see the lines that the opponent wants to go in once you get a good feeling for them. And it's up to Yggdrasil to just break those lines, maybe turn them into zigzags, maybe... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
It sounded good. I'll just say that. It sounded pretty good to me. But right now, all I'll say right here, look, Icona is just a few hits away from taking this first game over Yggdrasil right now. Just a few more projectile actions. Here comes the boomerang. Almost wanted to go for, it looked like a back air thing.
Ooh, that was really good option and disadvantage from Yggdrasil, but oh no. Ooh. That was so close to just being the end of the game, right?
Oh!
Not quite. Ooh, that was good DI. Just needs to make sure that they can get this stock done with quickly before they can even consider winning this game, because right now this is max rage. Oh,
and it's just gonna a max rage, but don't rage quit on us right yet, because DePaul once again is gonna take the lead over Wichita State, and that's gonna be 12-1 for DePaul University.
That was a very good showing from Ikana there, just getting into Yggdrasil's head. And that's so scary as well. When a zoner player gets into your head, it's pretty much lights out.
Yeah, you don't want to be on that other side, especially with any of the links really, just the amount of projectiles they throw at you. Young Link arguably being the better of the three in my humble opinion. But
I think regular Link has a case for being better too, because there is a top 50 player in the world, like a top 50 in the world player who uses regular Link.
There you go. Yeah. I guess that's a debate for another day, and I'll probably lose that debate either way. But either way, from what we saw from Icona, just taking control of this stage and just making the presence known for DePaul University, either way. It also kind of started out, what am I trying to say? It looked like it was a little bit of a similar start to the game, just similar to like the last match with the names in my head that I cannot think of. Roy and Palatina, N-City, and
Floral.
Floral, indeed.
Yes.
A little bit of a start in terms of control for stage and all that. It looks like the stage we're going to is going to be Town and City for round 2.
Okay, so this is definitely a solid stage for ZSS. Gives a lot of room to get around, and good platform placement to move as well. So this could give Yggdrasil that opening to just break how Ikana's got an idea of how they move. Oh my. Wow. Oh.
But right now, Ikana's making a fancy little home for himself here at Town and City. And my goodness. And it's only 21%, and it's about to be matched.
More than matched right now. It is, like, not only was that a very good stock, but the precedent it set of I know what you will do in disadvantage. It's just so scary, because then that means, like, what could you do if your opponent knows what you're going to, like, respond with when you get put in a bad spot?
Exactly, and my goodness, like, what I was trying to say, I can't say anything right now. Icana's already just putting on a show, making a nice little move on Yggdrasil right now.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was going to be an up special.
This is on the road to a 3-stock right now. Barely not, but this is so dangerous for Yggdrasil right now. You do not want to get 3-stock, especially in such a pivotal set, because this is such a heavy set for the momentum for the rest of the match. Oof.
Exactly. Almost a spike, but it's over.
Oh, and didn't even take 100. Wow, that was destruction there. Ikana was just in Yggdrasil's head, just like was living there. Broke in, sat on the couch in their head, just really was living there, just comfortable.
Yep, and obviously Yggdrasil definitely was not comfortable in that match whatsoever. Literally, this was all Icona. I mean, what can you say? This is our first 3-stock of the day here, and just really almost pretty much one-sided throughout the entire stage of this matchup here. But literally, Yggdrasil just struggled trying to find an opening. Had a little bit of a 2-second break trying to get some hits off Icona, but other than that, not able to do much whatsoever.
Absolutely, and I love that in this game, actually, Ikana actually went for more of those side kills, because while Town and City was a good stage pick, it is a stage with very short side blast zones, and Ikana took advantage of that so well. Going for those forward airs a lot, and going for that forward smash at the start of the game. It really shows that Ikana not only had an understanding of the opponent, but an understanding of the stages and how to kill on them depending on how like the layout of the stages and how the actual blast zones are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So 17-1 DePaul. Wichita State is gonna need, I think,
4 3 stocks.
that's gonna be pretty tough, depending that Skull Kid is coming in for DePaul University, and he's a notorious Min, notorious Ness player. So that's gonna be This is gonna be a tall task. Geonosis, WCU's captain, is gonna be joining this next matchup as well.
Oh, okay. Geonos is a solid Bowser player. Probably needs to get in there to, stop the bleeding. Because if anyone on Wichita can get those 3 stocks, it is Geonosis.
Yes, indeed. Bowser, obviously a really heaviest character in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely is going to be difficult getting a lot of damage on him. But if you're going up against Ness, especially, Ness is, a little bit faster. Obviously, the projectiles are going to help. But really, Bowser has some movesets that can, like break out some combos.
I'm interested to see why Geonosis banned Battlefield, because a lot of Bowser players love that stage. Like, they are head over heels for Battlefield, Yoshi's Story, Lilat, those triplat stages. I'll have to pick Geonosis' brain after that to...
Yeah. Was it him that had that match on Final Destination against Sonic, or was that a different Bowser player that we saw?
I think that was him.
I think it was either him or Owzer from what's the school?
I think it might have been Owzer, actually. Yeah, Owzer from Seton Hall.
Seton Hall, that's correct. But speaking of which, he did pick Final Destination for this first match, so it might be him too. But hey, we'll find out. Coming in the match, starting off with Ness for Skull Kid. And Skull Kid's definitely a really talented player for DePaul. Don't want to sleep on him.
Yeah, Ness is also one of those characters that you cannot be relaxed around at any point, because this character can kill you from pretty much anywhere. Whether it be from just a very good conversion with those PK fires into like a grab, or just going for those back throws. Oh no! That's unfortunate, and now it is impossible for Wichita State University to win this match, because they needed 4 3 stocks in a row.
And yeah, and that was, what a way to go out, and what a way to clinch this series victory for DePaul.
Yeah, that was quite a way to just end their chances, and oh no, this is just going to keep increasing DePaul's momentum here, because Skull Kid is just getting in on that. The PK fire at the ledge was very good, reading that.
What happened? Interesting.
That was a weird interaction. I think it was that the up B actually scooped Ness and had priority over the yo-yo, which I am surprised by, considering the yo-yo is a disjointed hitbox. But I guess Bowser's shell is just that's good.
I guess it has spikes on it. That's all I know. And it looks like, yeah, Skull Kid's once again just controlling this match. Looks like Geonosis is trying to get some momentum back. For those watching, it does say Yggdrasil, but it is Geonosis for Wichita State in right now. But it looks like it's pretty close. PK fires, man.
Oh
and
no! Oh no!
Yo!
That was... Oh.
It was that yo-yo. The way Skull Kid won that, let me just say, I feel like, we haven't scratched the surface of what he can do yet. It was in like a heavy match, because this kid's pretty good as Ness. If you
Clearly.
didn't see, yeah, I mean, not just in this match, but I think, yeah. And if I'm correct, I believe he was ranked somewhere. I can't think of.
Oh my.
He was ranked. He was ranked somewhere. I can't remember where it was. I might be. I don't know.
Okay, we're about to get a slow-mo of the very strange offstage or corner, not even corner, whatever it is, the ledge interaction. Yes, thank you, Aeon.
So we start off with the PK fire.
Yep, and then
here
winding up yo-yo. Oh, it was the command grab. That was that was actually kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. A command grab. Not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, that's like usually one of the last things people consider when in disadvantage, but that was actually the right play. So I gotta give it to Geonosis there. That was a pretty smart play, but unfortunately that was a 3-stock, which is the last thing Wichita State wanted. They needed 4 3-stocks, and instead they got 3-stocked again.
Indeed. What they needed, DePaul got. And now it looks like it's going to be Town and City for the pick for Wichita State. Battlefield was banned, Yoshi's Story was banned, and Smallville was banned.
Okay, so this is a big stage, which does give a little bit more room to get around Ness's stuff.
Indeed. Those platforms are going to be coming in handy very well for Geonosis. Your side special is going to be your best friend with those platforms. So.
Yes, that's true. The command grab. Just getting the opponent on that sort of top corner platform is just so scary in general because you're getting extra value off of it.
I mean, that opening possession from Skull Kid was pretty scary in itself. It looked like Geonosis was about to just take a huge beating in the tail. And, oh, that was just an up. That's not going to work anything. There's those lethal Ness aerial combos. The Thunder. Oh, man.
Ooh, that was a really good recovery there from Geonosis, though. So, definitely got to give it to him. Was able to actually make it back, which is very impressive for a character with a very linear recovery like Bowser.
Exactly. Great move to get Ness away, but the PK fire combined with the the forward air is just not going to be enough to survive.
Ooh, and that was really good timing there to avoid that forward tilt because the sort of the downwards angled forward tilt is a fantastic 2-frame option for Bowser.
Indeed. And here comes a grab and a throw from Skull Kid.
Oh no.
More of that aerial action.
Oh! That actually beat it.
Wow. That is a pretty sharp shell that Bowser's hanging on to.
Yep,
no yo-yo
Bowser's
can penetrate.
Got that defense.
Not even the yo-yos can break it.
Ooh, okay. Getting that stock, and this is quite a bit of rage, so Bowser, one of those characters who already has so much kill power, with this much rage, could definitely take a stock very early. And that's the second time we... But that was the second time we saw command grab at ledge, and that was actually, like, I really liked that option. Even though it sort of got Geonosis killed that time. Oh my. Skull Kid was going for a clip right there.
Oh, trying to get that spike in. Not gonna happen though. Alright, 450, under 450 left to play. Geonosis sitting at 45. Skull Kid at 94. And this could help. No, you need a platform.
But this is Geonosis' opportunity here. Right there.
It is.
And if Geonosis can win this game, that will help so much for Wichita State University's momentum for the rest of this match. Because even though they're guaranteed to not be able to win, it's still nice to be able to, you know, not get completely blown out.
Get those reps in while you can. And hats off to DePaul, obviously. Oh my goodness.
Was not expecting DI there and got caught by it. That's unfortunate.
Indeed it is. And once again, DePaul University continues their win streak right now. Have not lost since that first match. So 23-1, Wichita State. Whoever they send in next, hopefully they can send them off on a high note.
For sure, because you want to be able to take at least one of these sets. because that'll look a lot better in general. Oh, Linny. Okay, pretty sure Linny was a player that we were very excited by last week. Correct?
Yes. I was excited. There's a lot of players we were excited last week.
That's true. Last week was a very good week.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't think... No, because we didn't cover Wichita State last week.
Oh, I think it was 2 weeks ago then. I remember seeing Linny and being
Yes.
pretty pleased by their gameplay.
Yes. Yeah. From what we see, yep, you're right. Against Marquette in week 2,
Yes.
went up against Quaz and took him
Oh,
down.
yes. Yes, that was Linny was the one, the Bowser Jr. that was going crazy.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Cannon
so
play.
this is a very good opportunity because Linny definitely is someone that could win this set because Linny's just a very solid player. So if they can take back some momentum, at least get the points for the team, because it does matter how many points you have and what your point differentials are, even when you lose at the end of the season, because that determines your seeding for the conference.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna have to do that against Icaro, who is a Bayonetta player for DePaul. So, kind of an interesting matchup, Bowser Jr. and Bayonetta. Not one you see every day. And as the bans are coming in, we have Battlefield that's been banned from WSU. DPU's banning FD and Smallville. It's Smashville. Smallville's the TV show. It's going to be Town. Town and City is going to be the stage for this game 5. Our producer is singing Smallville in the background, and it's just cracking us up right now. Anyway. And before this matchup, we're actually going to do a quick button check. First button check match of the game. We haven't got one in a while.
That's true. So, actually, yeah, no, we didn't get a button check at all this entire match.
I'm surprised.
Pretty good.
Last week it was all just about the button checks.
Yeah, the button check meta.
Indeed. And who was it again? I think it was Niagara.
Yes, it was Niagara that was doing button checks every single time.
And we're just obliterating the button check competition as well.
For sure. Oh my, and another Sora? Wow. Okay. Double Sora team? That's... Ooh. This is scary. And this is the actual matchup that we were talking about at the start of last week where... or not the start of last week, at the start of the match. Well, sort of. Because we had talked about Mega Man earlier and didn't end up seeing it. But we might be seeing Mega Man for this match, so that'll be exciting because I do like myself some Mega Man.
So we must have been mistaken. Linny must be the Mega Man player, and N-City is Palutena.
Yes, N-City's a Palutena player.
That makes a lot more sense.
Wait,
we will find out.
Bowser Jr. Who was the Bowser Jr.? What the? I'm pretty sure Linny was. Oh no, Linny is the Mega Man player. It's someone else that's a Bowser Jr. Because I do remember though. Wichita State was the team that had the Bowser Jr.
I don't know.
What? No, wait, no, never mind. I'm mixing matches up that were very exciting.
Yeah, we do.
I'm mixing up.
We do cover a lot of matches. I will say that.
Sometimes it starts to blend together just from like, oh, this was an exciting moment. Oh, this was an exciting moment. Oh, wrong exciting moment.
For sure. But right now, we've seen some pretty exciting moments from Linny's Mega Man. And now we're going to see Icaro rock the Sora right here. And usually, as I said before, Icaro is a Bayonetta player. But right now, Linny's going to come out strong with the Mega Man and just show this DLC character. Give him a proper welcome to Smash.
Honestly, though, Icaro going for Sora instead of Bayonetta honestly makes sense, because Bayonetta and Sora both sort of have those disgusting forward airs that can convert into more hits. and off stage are just so threatening. And so they're not too different.
Yeah, not entirely. I mean, recovery says otherwise for those two characters, but in terms of like, do have a little bit of similar movesets. I would agree. And maybe a little bit similar play styles.
That would have been crazy if that killed. Oh,
And able to get away with another near stock death experience right there from the up special.
that's the first time I've seen anyone go for. No, actually, no. I've seen people like. I've seen people go for Sora counter before, but first time I think in this match.
And a little, I think, seeing this, projecting, as we see Sora use those fireballs, the normal punch the Mega Man has, the normal just, simple hit button you have, that's just a great way to cancel out those fireballs.
It is. It's a very good way to. And wow, Lenny's at 167%. This is fantastic survivability, and this is the momentum that Wichita needs.
Exactly. Just trying to stay alive, able to avoid the thunder, using the leaf shield out, and he's just gonna take that stock in stride. Live to see another day, I guess.
And you could definitely tell that Icaro is a Bayo main because of how they're playing the Sora. A lot of those forward airs, trying to get those connections, and a loving use of the side B. Oh! Shoryuken?
Indeed it was. Capcom makes both Street Fighter and Mega Man, so
Yep.
it is the same move. At least in my heart it is.
There are also times in the Mega Man games where actually, like in Mega Man X, where you get to give X the Hadoken if you find a secret part. So there are definitely Street Fighter references in Mega Man games.
Well, there you go.
Not just a
in my heart.
coincidence.
Not just in my heart, it is also canon.
Yep.
Oh, but the thunder lands, and Lenny has a little bit of ways to recover, and does. Great way.
Wow.
Great way to hang on to that shield. Just let the attack breeze through. And I'm kind of surprised that didn't kill, but that's gonna kill. Does not kill. Okay.
I think it was because it got stale. If that were not stale, I think that would have killed 100%. Oh my. Oh. Okay. This is a decent lead for Lenny right now, but I mean, Icaro definitely could bring this back, especially because we've seen how good Icaro's combo game is, how good their conversions are. So, generally, pretty good options, especially because Sora has some very good tools in general to get those things started. Also, very loving use of that up B out of shield.
Yep, we're already seeing.
Oh, that was almost
make
it.
some moves,
If
and
that connected,
already, yeah,
that would have been the stop.
we're already at the percentage range, and the blaster connects at the very, very end, and it's a forward smash win for Lenny, and that breaks DePaul's win streak.
Yep, and that means that Wichita does get another point, and it'll be a good question though to see if they can get more points off of winning this set, or if Icaro can see how to adjust, because we did see sort of playing a bit similarly every single time when in disadvantage. So because of that, we saw several times where the forward smash actually was the one that killed when Icaro was off stage or in disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, from what I saw from this match, it pretty much just went back and forth, but then at the very, very last second, obviously Lenny able to find that brief opening and then just give a win. Yeah, and yeah, also, and good point made, he did SD in this game too. And right now it looks like the ban is going to be Yoshi's and Lilat and Battlefield.
All right.
BF means ban.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to wait the last stage, which I would... I don't know. In terms of just stages for Sora, it's still kind of like hard to determine like
For sure.
what's good for him and all that. I mean, you kind of have a little bit of an idea at this far in the game, but at the same time, you know, maybe there's a few things that just doesn't work well for him. And yeah, so just a little more time in the game and we'll find out for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe it's a character that doesn't like the triplats as much. Oh, PS2 it is. I was about to say maybe PS2 is a good stage for Sora. Because I do know that there are quite a few Bayonetta players as well that really like PS2. And Sora does have a few similarities to Bayonetta in terms of some of the aspects of the kit. And so... Oh, it's swapping to Bayonetta. So, yep.
There you go.
I pretty much called the shot there.
Well done. Little good caster curse right there before the match, nonetheless. I mean,
Yeah, and this is a very good opportunity for Ikaro, because Ikaro definitely will be able to, with more character familiarity, take a lot more advantage of this matchup. Ooh. Oh my.
Yeah.
Look at that damage rack. Just in a matter of seconds.
80 to 10. Lenny's trying to figure out ways to get the damage back into his favor, and it looks like he's starting to get a little bit of momentum coming his way.
Absolutely.
That back here.
And we were seeing right there with that heel slide into forward smash, it was definitely feeling himself a little bit.
Oh yeah. And the blaster from the smash and a
Oh,
little,
the teabag? Okay.
little,
okay. Let him hit
looking
the
like
ground.
a little taking a bow right there. I don't know if teabag's very accurate considering you're down 21 points.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the teabag's not very accurate because he slams his head into the ground,
Oh no.
which honestly I can relate to.
Yeah, I'd say he's saying he's taking a bow. I don't know.
Maybe he's like, I've had enough of this.
Just run and try to get into the opponent's head, get some points. Wichita State, because for sure they need those points in their standings. Now, trying to use the. Go ahead.
One thing that was not really, we didn't really talk about though in the previous stock, the way that Ikaro got killed by Linny in the first stock was actually pretty much identical to how they died in the previous game most of the time. So it's definitely worth considering that Linny still has a good idea of how Ikaro, or how to beat Ikaro, because even though it was a different character, it's still sort of those same options and disadvantage.
Indeed, and again with the crouching, and after the excuse me, what was it called? The back air for Lenny, and now he's sitting at a great 2-stock advantage over Ikaro, and some rage as some icing on the cake.
For sure. And this is max rage right now for Linny, so if they can get a little bit going here, they'll be very close to just getting some good kill percentage, especially because of that up tilt. Just such a strong kill move in general.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. It's possible. Okay. Never mind, no more rage, so the early up tilt kill no longer possible, but it's still a pretty good lead for Linny. 76% right now. And oh, wow, that was a very bold grab.
And now it looks like Ikaro just busting moves.
Absolutely. Bringing this to pretty much even out of nowhere. That is the danger of Bayonetta in general. Oh. Wow, this is really good SDI though from Linny, just knowing how to get out of those Bayo combos. That's usually one of the things people have trouble with, usually from character unfamiliarity, but I guess that Linny has experience against Bayonetta or read that Full Bloom thread of talking about how to get out of Bayo stuff.
I mean, if you want to be a really good Smash player, you do your research, and what Lenny has
For sure.
definitely done the research he could do, and
Not
is
enough.
still alive, and trying to get the blasters to finish him off. Just not gonna happen. I would go for, yep, he's got the right idea.
Ooh.
Oh, and missed the spike. Oh, this could be
Is
it.
that it? Is that it? No.
No, the stage just too long. Just stage placement too far away.
Oh,
That
that's
was
it.
it.
That's it. The rage helped. The rage helped because your rage capped at 150% in Smash Ultimate. So because of that, being at 160, that meant that everything was going to be killing as early as possible. And
That was
backer at the center stage was enough there. That was really good play from Linny there, not crumbling under pressure, and because of that, Wichita State did not get completely blown out. They went 1-4 against them, which is solid.
exactly. I mean, the DePaul is a school that was in the grand finals last year, lost to Mississippi State, but they basically cruised through the competition to get there. And they basically, from what they said in their media day, they are the real deal. So you got to watch out for them. But Wichita State, you know, definitely had their fair share of struggles, obviously. But at the end, Lenny able to take one set away from the defending runner-ups of the grand finals. So GG's all around from both teams, obviously. We are going to be bringing in a quick interview, I believe, from DePaul, the winning team. So just stick around. You're not going to want to miss out.
For sure. See you then. All right, and welcome back, everyone. I'm PBE, and this is South Beach here, and we actually have an interview right now with Matt Beach from DePaul University. Did not play, but is the captain, and apparently some of the other players were a bit camera shy, so gotta
Had to
let
call 'em out.
the charismatic leader is the one that is on camera right now.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered that that's how you took that. Thank you.
So, let's just start with some questions. First up, how did your team like approach this season? You know, like I know that a lot of teams have actually like taken a different approach this season than the previous ones. Were there any changes? How did you like approach it with like what mindset?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that's come up at least, particularly in recent years, or not recent years, but in like the recent couple of weeks, is that we've seen a lot more like different characters than what a lot of us have been like used to playing. And what that's kind of led to, or like how we've gotten to that point is kind of like we had a lot of people like they'd play in like different communities, they'd play with like their friend groups, and it's like once they come to like a a university, like a college campus, and they're getting used to like the local scene, the collegiate scene, they're like they're interested in like trying out different characters, different strategies. So that's what these past couple of weeks have really gone down to, or at least, and it's kind of like blended into how we're looking at the season, at least the earlier weeks when we're still is like our chance to kind of like figure things out. It's like, okay, maybe I want to try out something like a Floral in his case. He's trying out Roy instead. We've had a couple of players like try out Sora instead, stuff like that. And it's like these are not characters or strategies that we're used to trying, but we're it's a big point for us to like experiment. So that's kind of been like the mindset going into this season, at least for the first couple of weeks.
Wait, Floral's trying out Roy?
Yeah. Okay, for the past like, this is not like a day one Roy.
Okay.
Let's make that clear. It's
I was
not like
about
a
to be
day one Roy.
demoralized. I was about to be very
no.
demoralized.
No worries. This has been like something he's been working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, from what we saw from everybody, definitely just pretty much top level play. Even for Icaro, who didn't get the dub, still played at a really, really high level from all of you guys. So definitely for you guys got 4 wins in a row now. Really, you guys pretty much look unstoppable. Is there really any school you guys think that's going to slow you guys down or give you guys any trouble?
Well, we've had many sets before that we've played against the University of Colorado in Season 2 of EGF last year. And through looking at our schedule, we found out that we're slated to play them at the end of the fall split. So I believe November 30th is the date. So that's the one that we're really looking at right now. It's like, okay, we not only do we know that this is like a solid team, but like we've actually lost to them before. So it's always it always like brings back those jitters of like, okay, this is like a serious team. We really need to like clutch up. If nothing else, we need to at least clutch up by that school. But of course, like every single school, especially like, I know that we play against Fairfield upcoming soon. They could have all these new players that we've never even heard of before that could totally mix us. Like, stuff like that could totally happen. So we're always trying to keep on our toes every single week, make sure that we're ready, regardless of what they're trying to throw at us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
I'm really liking, a bit of a rivalry that sounds like between DePaul and Colorado. So
Yeah,
it's always
in a
fun
lot
to
of
see.
ways. Yeah, for sure.
And what's your approach to like each week as well? Like I know that some schools they do like a VOD review. They'll have like a coach help with them. Do you do anything like that?
Well, my idea was to really okay. Well, I guess what basically we end up doing is like we'll have people come in like as soon as you're done with classes on Tuesdays, and we'll just play in like this room that we're at right here, this DePaul Sports Gaming Center. We'll just go ahead and play here for a little while before EGF, so that we try to be as warmed up as possible. My idea was that we try to play on like Wi-Fi or something, like at least a couple of matches, like on like quick play or something, like before we actually hop into EGF, so that we're like we get our sea legs with like the input delay of playing online.
Yeah.
But people don't seem to want to do that, so I mean we just kind of like play with each other offline, and then it's like worst case scenario is like you do like a button check or something. So that's basically it. We just play with each other as much as we can leading up to the match, and we'll do maybe a little bit of research on our opponents just so that we have an idea of like what characters we're getting into. But that's the basic synopsis.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. And since you are on live, is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to?
I mean, same as before, big shout out to all the people like at DePaul Sports that help us out, all of our all the Game Center mods that help staff the area and are all just generally really chill to hang out with. The entire like Smash community at DePaul, it just gets bigger and better every single week. All sorts of like hidden killers in the scene as well. Of course, we have Cookie, who's actually standing relatively close next to me. Really solid players everybody saw last year. All sorts of like our community members that come support us, help practice. You know, it really does take a village in a lot of ways. So, you know, big shout outs to everybody on that end.
For sure. Well, Matt Beach, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck to you guys throughout the next part of the season.
Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a break, but coming up next, we have Seton Hall University versus Marquette University going head-to-head, so you guys don't want to miss that. Stick around.
See you later.